second problem. We're going from 1 to 7. The delta x is 2, but you guys have already counted and you told me there are only 3 subintervals. So we cannot use Simpson's rule. You got to have an even number. Now, we are going to use trap rule. Technically, you could do, well, you could do, I guess, a left or right Riemann sum. You couldn't do a midpoint. The reason we do trap rule is just simply so that everybody gets the same answer. That's going to be kind of our standard if it doesn't work. So we're going to use trap rule here. We still need to know our delta x, which we just talked about, or I did, said it was 2. So I take 2 times. Now, do you want the 1/2 outside or inside here? Go ahead and distribute it. So I'd have 1/2 of my first one, which is 192. And then if we used to do times 2 of the middle ones, so now 2.5 are going to cancel. You look from here to here, how much it changes. See how that's always 2? Now, you guys, if you don't like putting the 1/2 inside, you could do 2 times 1/2 outside, like we did earlier, and then we did the regular number, and then 2 times the middle ones. Whatever you prefer. It gives the same result. One of them has the 1/2 distributed inside, the other one does not. You cannot use your trap program here because you don't have an equation. So you're just going to have to type it in. That's just part of trap rule. The 1/2 is part of the trap rule because the formula for the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. So the 1/2 that's in here comes from that formula. You can either leave it outside, like the second piece here, or you can take it and distribute it inside. See, if I take this 1/2 and put it in the parentheses, then I have a 1/2 there. Distribute it to the 1/2 times 2, so I don't have a number to multiply these by, the middle 2 numbers, and then distribute the 1/2 to the 544. There's always a 1/2 somewhere, whether it be outside or inside those parentheses, it doesn't really matter. If I do the first one, you guys can type in the second one, make sure we match. 249, 398, and 0.5 times 544. 2030? Okay. Questions there? Simpson's rule is pretty straightforward. If you don't have an even number of intervals, just use trap rule. On the back, we have a quick review of what you did yesterday. So why don't you guys try that one? And I'll wait and put it on there. What? Well, it is pretty much, the quiz is pretty much going to be, it'll be the one like example 3 on the back and one like similar to example 1. It's only 2 problems. You will get to use your calculator on the quiz, so you'll be able to do what I did and just type it in. You have to sketch. Unfortunately, you can't drag and drop like I do, but draw a graph, make sure you label the axes. It's going to tell you to do that on the quiz. Velocity in feet per second, time in seconds. Draw in a little strip. It'll tell you what to label your sample point and what to label the width of your strip. Now the next question, when it asks you for a little d, big D there, the displacement, it is asking for the area of a single strip. So your height of your strip is the equation, and then the width is that dt. The next piece we did on the homework, that is not, you don't have to do a summation on your quiz, but this is just changing it to finding the area of the whole thing. This is still an approximation because you're adding up a bunch of rectangles, but a Riemann sum is never going to be exact because you could always draw more rectangles, okay? So when they ask you for the exact, what do you have to change? What do you put in there for an exact area? Yes, an integral symbol. Has everybody got what you need off this page, or do I need to hold on for a second? I'm fine? Okay. So the last piece is to actually do the antiderivative from 0 to 10 of that same part. And as far as work goes, you're going to actually have to take the antiderivative. So it becomes 60t, and then we have 6, and we raise t to the 1.5 and divide by 1.5. 60t plus, and if you want to, you don't have to leave that 6 over 1.5. You can divide it out and make it 4. Makes it look a little cleaner. When you first do the antiderivative, I want the bar there. Yes. And then in the next step, you need to show me plugging in. I don't care if you show plugging in 0 here, because when you plug the 0 in, everything goes to 0 on that. Once you get here, if you want to type it in and then do a Math 9 to double check it, you can. Get this over here. Or you can just type in a Math 9. Did everybody come up with 726.491 feet? All right. Now, get that worksheet, because basically you're ready to start on homework, and we're going to do 1 and 3 together.